on the same topic, I know that you've made proposals to turn many of the streets in the City of London area into a car-free zone, and your proposals that I've seen intend to make London Bridge, Waterloo Bridge, Clerkenwell Road, Kingsway, Moorgate, and Bishopsgate, and many other roads just available to walking, cycling, and buses only. Now, I'm sure you'd agree with me, Mr. Mayor, that black taxis, are a vital service for Londoners, particularly to disabled people, and they're 100% disabled access, and for people who can't walk and cycle readily in that area, or perhaps can't get a bus, rely on taxis. Now, your proposals didn't mention anything about taxis, but will those roads that you've said you want to just make for walking, cycling, and buses, will taxis be available? Will they be? Will you allow taxis to continue to travel along those roads? Maybe that was just an oversight on your part, but what's your actual policy and proposal for taxis in your car-free zone?
Okay. Can I thank you for raising the question? And you're absolutely right. Taxis are accessible to those who are disabled. So TfL is looking into providing zero-emission capable taxis with access to both the bridges that you mentioned and other areas where traffic is resisted. And you're right. And so we'll make sure that further details are announced as and when those changes are made.
Well, that's something, Mr. Mayor, talking about zero-emission capable taxis continuing to be able to go over London Bridge and Waterloo Bridge. But, there's many, many other roads as well. And if you come off Waterloo Bridge, you want to go up to Holborn, you need to go up to Kingsway. And you say that's not going to be available to taxis at the moment. You didn't mention that. You didn't mention Clerkenwell Road. You didn't mention Moorgate. You didn't mention Bishopsgate, for example. And, of course, at the moment, 75% of taxis are not zero emission capable. You've got many taxi drivers who have invested in sort of the TX4s before your policy came along to make all taxis zero emission capable. So what about those drivers who don't have a ZEC and who still need to perhaps take disabled passengers to a destination on Clerkenwell Road, for example?
Well, you'll be aware of the concerns we've got around air quality and the issues around NOx and carbon as well. So TfL are looking into the ZECs. But I'm more than happy for the Assembly member to speak to the Deputy Mayor and the Walking and Cycling Commissioner if there's any representations he wants to make in relation to plans going forward. It's really important we take on board issues raised by others, but I'm keen to make sure that those who are disabled can continue to have access, but also we can continue to ensure that emergency services can have access as well. We're looking into ZECs, but if he wants to, he can raise this with my Deputy Mayor and organise a meeting for him to do so.
That would be very good, Mr. Mayor, because I think this is a very, very important issue for taxi drivers and also for people who rely on them. So I'll welcome your willingness to set up a meeting.